Okay, so I'm gonna talk in disparaging and critical ways about an airline that shall not be named simply because, number one, I don't do the name pointing game. Maybe I'll do it at a later time, but for now, there's just no need because it's gonna make me look bad, and it's gonna basically look like I'm this little kid yelling and complaining about. Oh, mom said that I couldn't do this. Oh, I don't know, Mr. Hansen said I couldn't play football in his yard. I'm so angry. That's kind of like how I perceive people who name drop bigger companies and bigger names than them, essentially. We shall see if that changes. But for now, I'm not going to do it. So anyway, this airline used to deliver very, very good service. I used to fly it a lot way back in the day. In fact, it was my airline of choice. They would serve free coffee, free tea, free water during the flights that I took. They would have very, very good staff, service-minded, polite, solution-oriented, that whole rigmarole. They would even have a dedicated lounge in multiple airports. That was very, very. That was usually filled with snacks, food, drinks, etc. Of course, you had to pay to enter the lounge, or you could be a member of their credit card or their bonus point, whatever scheme, which they had. I used to do that way back in the day. However, things started taking a turn for the worse. They gradually, I don't know what happened really. I don't know if somebody embezzled money or stole money or the company was losing money over a long period of time. Maybe the latter, but eventually things got so bad they actually almost had to file for bankruptcy, but they managed to survive. Then it turned into a complete shit show. The airline is nowadays, practically speaking, a low-cost airline. They got horrible staff, rude staff that's obviously not well paid because they're ignorant. Like I said, they're rude. They don't even want to help you. They're far from being solution oriented. They closed down most of their lounges, and in fact, the last time I was visiting their biggest lounge, all they had was like vegan food, vegan options, salads, and all kinds of crap. It was just a complete menagerie. It was awful. It was horrible. It was just sad. I didn't want to be there. I just wanted to leave. And so obviously those are signs of disease. Those are signs of a company not doing well. You know, when they're cutting costs, when they're lowering their salaries, when they're hiring people who obviously don't know anything about customer service, etc., etc. Those are like signs of illnesses in a company and in a business. And to make matters worse, they're releasing these credit card schemes where it's, I'm not going to say it's fraud because it's outright fraud because, well, that's not true. And number two, that's probably not going to land well with the company. But it has all the signs of fraud, in my opinion. The premise is, you get a credit card with a fresh line of credit. You have to make a purchase of, let's say, $4,000, and that purchase has to be of a certain item in a certain store by a certain deadline. And if you do that, you get some bonus points. Nice, right? Except, do you really need that particular item from that particular store by that particular deadline? Number two, were you even going to buy that item to begin with? Number three, are you actually going to spend money just so you can get free flights? Think about it. It doesn't make any sense. The only people for whom it makes sense are the credit card companies. For them, it always makes sense. Now, I should add personally that I get very emotional when I'm talking about credit cards. I'm emotionally against credit cards. I dislike them. I hate them with a passion. Well, that might be a strong word, and yes, I do have credit cards myself, but I use them sparingly and wisely. And yes, to accumulate points, but not to accumulate, oh, here's 100,000 points, you just need to buy something for $4,000 by the end of next week from this particular store. It's dumbassery. And yet people who are prone to cheap and easy solutions usually are the first ones that run and buy stuff that they don't need. And so the bottom line is, this is a very, very immoral and unethical way of doing business. It's shady and shoddy and shanty. Shady, shoddy, shanty. Triple S. There you have it. That's the SSS, the S3 way, the 3S, whatever you want to call it. Actually, the S4 way. Shady, shoddy, shanty, shitty way of doing business. And I recommend you do business where you actually make people a better person. I teach you ways to do that. If you want to learn more, if you subscribe to my email list, the link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching and or listening to this. And I'll see you there.